Parks turns it back to Rhys Thomas, changing the point of attack because the Ospreys are up very quick and very flat, but they've got outside them to Laulala. That's a perfect way of getting outside a rush defence. Mustoe, Bradley Davis, Warburton. It's been a very confident start from the Blues. Richie Rees to Rhys Thomas. Chekai has Tom James outside him, feeds him perfectly, and it is a perfect start for the Blues. Tom James gets over.
This is wonderful rugby from the Blues. They've stretched them right, they break them left. It's just a draw and give.
Parks, Laulala, very little space out there.
Wait.
Rhys Thomas just looking to set up. Parks lining up the drop goal. 3 points from a different kick for Dan Parks, but that's the main thing for the Blues. Come away with points every time. Going for the pick and drive, Bradley Davis on his own though. Help has arrived, and the ball has come back. Chekai has been very involved in this first half. Patience from the Blues, and in the end Parks opts for a second drop goal, and he's got it. Superbly struck in the end by Dan Parks. Straight through the hands of Tito and Adam Jones and Mike Phillips. Comedy of errors all in all. Nicely slipped out the back door twice. And slipped through the tackle, Richard Mustoe. He's going to go all the way. Well, not the way the Blues had planned it at all. But Richard Mustoe took the opportunity superbly. The defence left standing as passes slipped all over the place. But once he got going, there was no stopping Richard Mustoe. Bennett ducks under the tackle. Bishop within half a dozen metres. Hook, men spare, Fussell, look for the quick hands, but put it behind the two Jones boys. And again, it's a well-marshalled defence by the Blues. Fussell, everyone knowing his job though. Tom James coming in with a crucial tackle.
Fussell's working as hard as anyone to break him down, and he's running better lines, stepping a bit, making this defence think.
Now it's a straightforward drive, and the try has come to Paul James. Pretorius down at the front of the line. Roberts, he's a handful. That's what Warren Gatland will want to see. Oh, interception to Tommy Bowe. And this is interesting because the Ospreys have been given a gift and a lifeline.
All of a sudden this came on. And Dai Young will be wondering why throw the risky pass. Who throws it? Oh, it's Dan Parks. He takes the nudge off Parker. It's enough to put the ball into Bowe's hands, and there's no one at home, no one to stop him.
Sweeney gets away from the first defender, but loses out to Holler. Immediately though on the ground and illegally by Holler, and this is just what the Blues were looking for. Straight down the middle from Kerry Sweeney, and the Ospreys have it all to do again because they've just lost their losing bonus point. And the Ospreys still in possession. Again Mike Phillips is a go, keeping the Blues from fringing outwards in defence. Bevington. Bradley Davis got the tackle in. But it's still Ospreys. Hook. Men spare. And Andrew Bishop saunters over. And the Ospreys, if they're going down, They're going down fighting. The Ospreys want to get within kicking distance. That's all that matters to them. Oh, knocked on and stolen by Jamie Roberts. The Blues have survived. They don't need to score anymore. They just want to get the ball off the park, and the ball isn't going to emerge.
End of the game.
And it has been a game to remember. A great derby in the end.
Obviously we played well first half, turned opportunities, kept the scoreboard ticking over. But second half it was all about defending, really. Not what we planned, we wanted to carry on playing, but you've got to give the Ospreys credit.
But then very pleased with the spirit of the way we came back and the vein in which we did. You know, I thought the pack went well, probably a lot better in the second half obviously than it did in the second half. Bit of front football and you know, it told, as you see the tries we got from the second half.
Well, the Blues had only won 2 matches out of 10 before that, Brynmore. And where the Ospreys were strong against the Scarlets, which was at the breakdown, the Blues were then stronger against the Ospreys.
Yeah, I was quite impressed with the Blues in the first half. A lot of people criticised them, but they kicked the ball behind the Ospreys, went forward onto it, chased everything. And Sam Warburton was everywhere, to be honest, and he was outdoing Marty Holler, of all people. He won his battle with Richie McCaw not so long ago, but he's everywhere. You know, he's creating problems for Marty Holler, clearing him out of the way. He's a thinking 7 as well. He's had a great mentor in Martin Williams. I think he's a bit of a Richie McCaw in the making, to be honest. He's big, strong, he's athletic, and he's very intelligent. He sees things happening before other players and plays his part physically to the full. And I think he'll be a real force in the World Cup. And, you know, he's looking all the time. He pinched an opportunity there. And he's there looking, and he gets to his feet. He's over the ball early. That's what they talk about, over the ball. And that's creating problems for the Ospreys. He wins the penalty. He gets a pat on the back for it from the man of the match, Pretorius, who's also outstanding at 6. Here he's chasing a kick from Dan Parks, who put the ball behind the Ospreys in that first half when they put the points on the board. But it's Warburton again. And this is a superb example of his commitment. Up over the ball, detaches himself from the tackler, then goes to compete again and wins that all-important penalty for the Blues. I thought he was outstanding, and a great year ahead for him, I hope.
I think he needs a bit of luck. He's had a lot of injuries, and you know, of course Martin's been there, but he does need a little bit of luck, you know, injury-free, and you know, you have a big part to play in the World Cup.
A few choice words as well from Jonathan Humphreys about Nigel Owens refereeing of the scrums. The bone of contention being 2 yellow cards shown. There were countless examples again, and we'll talk about this in more depth next week with Jonathan and Kingsley. Resets, collapses, Nigel Owens runs out of patience, and 2 props off, Fau Felice from the Blues and Paul James from the Ospreys. And the bone of contention, Jonathan, the Ospreys were on top up front, and it was unfair for them to then lose an advantage by having one of their props sinned in.
Yeah, you can understand, you know, what Jonathan was just saying, but you know, he'd made himself clear, Nigel Owens, as well, so you've got to, you know, give him a bit of credit. But I do feel that, you know, the Ospreys, when they play with the ball in hand, they can beat anyone. They kicked a lot of ball away in the first half. You know, when you don't have the ball, if they go through the phases, they're very, very tough to beat. And, you know, the Heineken Cup is in their own hands. And if they kick a ball away against London Irish and Toulon, I don't think they'll go through. If they keep it in hand and build phases, I think they can beat anyone. But going back to the scrum, I think that is a huge problem for the game in general. Yeah. I think, you know, reading up on it and talking to a few experts, you know, of the front row, if they don't get the hit right, maybe, you know, the stronger scrum will still take the scrum down, you know, because the hit isn't right. Well, you know, if that is the case, you know, how can referees referee that situation when the stronger pack is taking it to ground because the hit isn't right? I think it takes too long. You know, sometimes the gap is too big, the pause is too long. It just slows the game down. You know, it is a spectator sport. So the IRB have got to look at this. I think, of course, safety is the first thing we have to worry about, but I thought that, you know, the biggest danger we have is when scrums collapse for these front rowers, you know, who have serious injuries. So I think it's got to be looked at. I've got to, you know, get quickly back into so the game is up and running once again.